And you know what, listeners, please comment on my Instagram. If there's anything that's like, Sequoia, if you don't like Tia Williams, Kennedy Ryan, if that's not for you, this might be more your vibe. Because I really do want to find romance that I like. I like love. I love love just like everybody else.
I love love.
Yeah, I love love just like everybody else, but I don't love those damn books.
Yeah.
There's something about the way characters are written in romance novels where I'm like, these aren't real people.
Yeah.
You're telling me that your entire life is revolving around this romance.
This is the problem I have too.
I don't like it.
Welcome to The Stacks, a podcast about books and the people who read them. I'm your host, Tracy Thomas, and today we are joined by Sequoia Holmes. She's the award-winning host of the Black People Love Paramore and Freshly Popped podcasts. Today we talk about her career and how she got into podcasting 10 years ago, why she wanted to make a podcast about the things Black people love, and her incredible book club where they read only books by Black women authors. Our book club pick for August is Fishtails by Nettie Jones, and we will be discussing that book on Wednesday, August 26th, with Sequoia returning as our guest. Do you like The Stacks? Are you enjoying listening to it? Do you want even more bookish content? Well, babe, you're in luck. You can join our community, The Stacks Pack, on Patreon and subscribe to my newsletter, Unstacked, on Substack. Each of these places offers different perks. On Patreon, you're going to find community conversations, virtual book clubs. And on Substack, you're going to get my hot takes on everything from books to pop culture, sports, news, whatever. And in both places, you can get a monthly bonus episode from me. Also, both places offer a free option where you can stay plugged into the Stacks, even if you're not able to swing $5 a month for full membership. Head to patreon.com/thestacks to join the Stacks Pack and check out my newsletter Unstacked at tracythomas.substack.com. All right, now it's time for my conversation with Sequoia Holmes. All right, party people. I'm so excited. Today's guest is a person that I met in the podcast sphere when I was honored to be selected as a guest to talk about cults on the very amazing Black People Love Paramore podcast. I am talking today to the one and only, extremely talented, perfect voice human, Sequoia Holmes. Welcome to The Stacks.
What an intro, Tracy. Thank you so much. Perfect voice. You're gassing me. Thank you so much.
You have such a good voice. You know that.
Thank you. And you too. I'm sure you get that all the time.
Well, also I lost my voice this weekend because it's my 40th birthday on Wednesday, and I went out on Saturday and Sunday.
Of course,
and truly, I'm sounding like I'm 40.
You're kind of sounding like Kata from Love Island. I don't know if you've been Love Islanding. You're giving a little bit of Kata tease. Her voice is great. Everybody likes her voice. That's what you sound like.
Okay, I'm honored.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start where we sort of always start with these episodes. Will you just tell people, like, I don't want your professional resume. I want like a little bit of your backstory. Where are you from? Like, tell us a little bit about that, how you sort of got to where you are. And then I want to know a little bit about like when books popped into your life.
Okay, cool. Well, I am Sequoia, a podcast host. I have two podcasts, Black People Love Paramore, and a daily pop culture show called Freshly Popped. Gosh, I've just been released from the trenches of Love Island. I don't know when this episode's coming out, but thank God that's done. I started podcasting in like 2016, 10 years ago. Wow. I had a job at a media company. It was called Attention. And they started a podcast. And for the first time ever, I was on a podcast. I had a mic in front of me. When I tell you, I felt intoxicated. Alive. I felt more alive than I ever felt in my life. And I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to be doing. Thank you very much. And I have literally podcasts from that moment forward. So
does that episode still exist?
It sure doesn't. They got rid of that entire podcast. I also started hosting my own podcast at Attention. We recorded the whole first season. They never released it. So there was just lots of stuff going on that never went there, but it did spark my interest. And so I started multiple podcasts since then.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Long Beach, California, LA County, but right next to Orange County. So I always say it's like more of a mix between the two. It's not Los Angeles, but it is LA County.
I didn't realize you were an Angelino. Mm-hmm. An Angelino Countian.
Right, a Countian. Are you?
I'm from Oakland, so I'm a Californian, but not an Angelino.
I think I did know that, yes.
Yeah. You know, it's like, I feel like when you're from the Bay, I've lived here almost as long as I lived in the Bay, and I just could never, ever say that I'm an Angelino. I just could never do it.
I totally get that. I can never say I was from somewhere I'm not from. You know, like I'm like, yeah.
Like people who are like trying to be New Yorkers after 10 years, I'm like, it's great. But guess what? You were born in Little Rock.
Right.
So you are a Little Rockian. And
You're
that's
from Little
amazing.
Rock.
You're from
That's
Little
fine.
Rock.
There's so much history in Little Rock. Be happy to be where you're from. Everybody's happy to be, you know, everybody should be happy to be where they're from.
My only like contingent on that, like, is if you grew up and your parent was in the army, or your parent was a professor and you spent 5 years in Arkansas and 5 years in Seattle and then I'm like, okay. If you then put roots down in New York, you could say, I grew up all over the place, but I've lived in New York for 20 years, so I consider New York home. Fine. But you're still not from New York, babe. You're still from wherever the fuck you were born. Okay?
Exactly.
And that's great for you. And I love that for you. And what I want more than anything is for you to love that for you.
I want you to love where you're from. Like, what is the problem? To be fair, I also love New York down. And so New York is the one city where I'm like, I could see how you would deeply want to be from New York. You aren't. But like, I could see how you deeply want to be there. When people are doing it for other cities, I'm like, okay. You know, like the social cachet isn't even that worth it in the way that it is for New York. You know,
I agree. I lived in New York for 8 years. I went to college there. And so like you were saying, when you sat down in front of a microphone and you were like, I am alive. That's how I felt. Every time I go back to New York, I am like Carrie Bradshaw, fucking waving at taxis, like click-clacking down the street.
Yeah.
And I still would never call myself a New Yorker. Because I'm not. And I'm also from an amazing place too. Like lots of people want to be from the Bay.
Right.
So I'm just like, I don't have to. I've lived in 3 great places. I'm proud of where I've come from.
You know what? Maybe it's because we're from cool places that we can't quite, you know, where it's like, I'm from Long Beach. Or, you know, at most I'll say Los Angeles if I'm depending on who I'm talking to.
Yes.
But I'm like,
like if I'm international and someone's like, where you're from, I'm like, California?
I went to college in UC Santa Cruz. Do you consider that the Bay or no? I know that's contentious.
I consider Santa Cruz. Banana slugs, though, show up and show out.
Shout out.
Yes, I love a banana slug. What about books? When do you remember falling into love with books? Because one of the things that the reason you're here is because when I did your show, we did an episode on cults, and at the end, you were like, just by the way, I love books. And I was like, flagged it. Yes, and then of course it took me forever to actually get you here, but it's now. So I didn't ask you any follow-ups. So I don't know anything about your book history relationship.
When did I start liking books? I would say probably around middle school, I would guess. And I think I started with all the usual suspects, as many middle school girls did. I was reading the Click series. I was reading Pretty Little Liars. I was reading Twilight. I was deep into that. I did Series of Unfortunate Events. I think I did that one in elementary school. Okay. So it was just like the general pop books that I was into at that time.
You're younger than me, and I know this because Twilight came out when I was like in college. I'm like, she's definitely like 5 to 8 years younger than me, at least. A lot,
but yeah, just fine.
Did you have parents, or did you grow up in a household with other readers?
I certainly did not grow up in a household with other readers. No, I never saw either of my parents read a book at all, actually. You know what? My mom was in college, so she read textbooks.
Okay.
But she was never picking up a novel or anything of the sort. Ooh, I also really liked, I just remembered. I always really liked self-help books as well. Oh. My first self-help book was 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers.
Oh, the YA edit.
It was the YA edit. I loved that book so bad.
Really?
It was by like something Covey. Yeah, James Covey or Steve Covey, something like that. But yeah, it was fantastic. I tried to start a book club around it in high school, and nobody gave a damn. And I was like,
oh my God, I'm obsessed. Okay. So wait, if you didn't have anybody in your house modeling reading for you, where did it come from? Did a friend say like, you have to read this book? Was there a teacher? Like someone must have been like, reading is fun.
Right.
Because you weren't reading just like, it wasn't like you fell in love with the book that you read in a class.
No, I certainly didn't fall in love with the book I read. I did like The Giver. I remember liking The Giver in middle school as well. Yeah, in 7th grade being like, oh, this is actually a fun like mandatory assigned reading situation. And in my middle school, reading was kind of a big thing. Like it was like the girls would all share the Click series. We would talk about it all the time. I remember trying to write a book. I was always a writer. I always enjoyed writing. And I think writing and reading kind of go hand in hand. So it was like, I'm also consuming and creating and consuming and creating.
Oh my God. But you've always been super creative. You're like, you're an inspiration because I feel like you're always doing something new or like trying something. So that's always been who you are.
Yes, always been who I am for sure.
You recently, I hope this is okay to talk about, but you recently like had a professional sort of a bad patch. You got fired. Like things just like sort of fell apart for you. I mean, your whole thing got canceled. You didn't get fired, right? Everybody
whole
got
thing
fired.
got canceled. Yeah.
But you've like bounced back in an incredible way. And while I am interested both in your quote unquote failures and also your successes, I am actually more interested in your thinking about it in real time. Like this thing happens, you get fired, you're in a moment of like everything's falling apart. Maybe, perhaps it feels like that. How are you sort of like thinking about what comes next?
You guys, I'm just going to take you to the moment.
Okay, take us through it.
I am getting ready for work on maybe a Friday. Getting out the shower. I have a phone addiction, a real bad phone addiction.
Okay. We got to get you a brick.
I have a brick. Thank you. While I am wet, I turn over my phone and I see an email that's like, regarding insert name of the show here. I don't mind saying it if you don't care.
You can say
insert regarding the Daily Dirty. And I said, oh, that doesn't look like a good look like a good subject line. I click into it and it's like, yeah, don't come into work today, or you don't need to come in anymore at all of you. We're canceling it. It's like, oh, great. Literally maybe like 2 weeks before that, I had found out that my long-term job was also coming to a close. They were getting rid of all contractors. I had been on a contract for 5 years, getting rid of that too. And I was like, oh, I chose to think of it when it was happening. I was like, this feels like a sign. The fact that both of these things are happening at the same time. I've had 2 jobs consistently for years. Suddenly I have 0 jobs. Both jobs end at the same time. That's really strange. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is clearly a sign that you are supposed to take it from here. You cannot keep leaning on that job. You're not working hard enough. Like I decided to take it as a sign of that. I felt a little bit bad for myself, but not anything too deep. I felt a little bad for myself for a second because I thought I was going to have to find another job. I talked to my partner. He was like, you're good for a year. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to take this year and really try to build something. And so then I started my own daily pop culture show because the Daily Dirty was a daily pop culture radio show. Yeah.
And are you glad? Does it feel like it's been a blessing in disguise, or are you not there yet? You don't know?
Not there yet. I wouldn't say. I feel twofold about it. I was working under Unwell, which is Alex Cooper's company.
Sure.
Working with Unwell was not particularly conducive to who I am as a person.
Got it.
So there was some tension there, but I thoroughly enjoyed getting paid a full-time salary to work 2 hours a day and literally just go in and talk my shit and then leave.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So I am trying to do that again in a much less Unwell capacity. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But you're the boss.
Well, I'm the boss and I don't have to mince words and I don't have to worry about them not understanding my perspective because I'm the only Black person that works there. Just things that I don't have to be so mindful of. Right. I feel better about that. And also, I'm not making a full-time salary yet. And so once I figure out the money, I will feel fantastic about it.
Right. But the other day you posted this great post about like all the things you've done since that. And it was just like such a flex.
Thank you.
I just feel like I'll link to it in the show notes, but I just feel like I am not LA in the sense that I generally am not like things happen for a reason or like I don't believe any of that stuff. I'm not very positive in the way that like LA people are, like I'm just like I'm sort of realistic about things. I think sometimes to my detriment, like sometimes I'm like, I could never. And so I just don't try. But I feel like seeing you and sort of like watching you from a distance and like seeing that post, I was like, come on now. Like she really just like manifested some shit for herself and like took it on the chin and just continued on. And I feel like that's really fucking cool.
That's what I'm trying to do. I really do feel like I took it on the chin pretty well. Like I did not feel too much despair. I wasn't too down on myself.
And you didn't post like my life is horrible or like like content of like an unemployed person. Like you didn't do the thing where it became like this is who you are.
No, I didn't feel like that. I just felt very much like I needed to be able to control something.
Yeah.
And what I can control is my output and what I create.
Right.
And that's what I've always liked to do anyways. I'm good at creating. I like to create. So I just do it.
Yeah. Do you have like creative hobbies that aren't podcasting?
Ooh, good question. Do I have creative hobby? No.
No.
No, it's giving that podcasting is my creative hobby. I really like makeup.
Okay.
And so I'll do makeup.
Yeah.
That's really probably
That's creative.
Yeah, it's a little creative. I've stopped being creative with that. I used to be so creative about makeup.
Oh,
Crazy
really?
eye looks and like really colorful situation. And now this is the exact face that I do every single day.
Well, it looks good, but I don't wear a lot of makeup because I don't like taking makeup off. Taking off makeup it always is worse for me than being pretty for a day. So
I get that. It is daunting. I have what is it called? Bedtime procrastination. Revenge bedtime syndrome. That's what it is.
I've never heard
where
of
you
this.
feel like it's like you feel like you haven't had enough time to yourself for the day, and so you procrastinate going to bed or getting ready for bed, and then you screw yourself, and same thing happens the next day because you slept too late and blah blah blah. It's just like a cycle. I have that really bad, so I always procrastinate taking my makeup off. I do hate to do it. It's not.
I
fun.
hate to do it.
The
only time I do this revenge procrastination is when I'm wearing makeup.
That's very.
If I have on a full face of makeup, I never want to go to bed. But if I just have, I rarely wear any makeup, but if I have like eyeliner and mascara on, that's easy.
Right.
But if I've got foundation or like a powder on my face, I'm never going to sleep because then I have to take this shit off.
And triple cleanse. Like you have to make sure that it all comes off. You have to get that micellar water in the eye, it's just like a lot.
It's a nightmare.
I get that.
Okay, we have to talk about Black People Love Paramore podcast. It's the greatest. Tell people what it is. Tell them where it came from, and we'll start there.
Great. Black People Love Paramore is a pop culture show, not about the band Paramore, contrary to the title. It's a show about the common as well as the uncommon interests of Black people in order to help us feel a little bit more seen. Double entendre on seen. If you get it, you get it. It started because I went through a really serious emo phase in middle school. I wore fingerless gloves. I wore ties every day. It was just very serious. And I thought I was the only one. I thought I was like, oh, Black people don't listen to this. I felt a little bit of shame about it. I would always, be kind of quiet about it. And I was ridiculed for it. And so I thought it was something to be shamed about.
Right.
Only to become an adult and find out that literally so many of us were doing that. So many of us were doing that in quiet. And we all felt that shame. And so we couldn't even connect with each other when it would have been most useful to connect about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know who Hanif Abdurraqib is? The writer?
I do. Hanif was on my podcast.
He was. What did he talk about?
Paramore.
I was gonna say. I was like, because he like has that book where he writes about like being a Black in the punk scene.
Yep.
And I remember being like, it's like he's got essays on it. I remember reading the essays and being like, cannot relate. I have no clue what this guy's talking about.
Wow.
That's before I knew him. Because I have always been a very pop, and I mean that both in the music, but also just like in my interest, pop princess. I'm just a bright, shiny person. I never had that phase, though I do love Paramore.
Yeah.
And during COVID, I'll never forget, my brother like discovered, I can't even remember the name of the song, but like the song, Misery Business.
Yes.
And he was like, have you ever heard this? And I was like, Brady. And he was like, why? I've never heard this. And I was like, I think because your show was on then, wasn't it?
Yeah. No,
2020?
you know what? No, it came out in 2021.
Okay, but whenever Brady said this to me, your show was out because I literally go, there's a podcast called Black People Love Paramore. Like, you think you're inventing something and there's a show titled What You're Feeling. It was when that guy like posted a video that went viral of him listening to Paramore, maybe. Do you remember that? It was like a Black guy in a car or something and he was just like rocking out. Anyway,
there's so many of those now. They all go viral. So I have a lot of them.
You've probably seen it. I feel like it was the first time I'd ever seen it. Anyways, I just remember being like, you're so dumb because like, not only is this a thing that every Black person knows, we all love Paramore and we love, what's her name? Haley Williams or whatever.
Haley Williams, yeah.
But like, there's a show with this title.
There absolutely is. Wait, how old is Brady?
He's older than me. He was born in 1981.
Okay, this makes sense. I was going to say, I don't know how he would have missed it, but it makes sense if he's a little bit older. That's what I was wondering.
But I feel like that song was everywhere.
It literally was everywhere. It was, for me, it was like I would turn on MTV in the morning when I was getting ready for school. And you know how they would have those music videos playing constantly?
Yes.
Misery Business was the one that always caught me. And then Crush, Crush, Crush caught me too. And I was like, whoa, what's this?
Yeah.
And then they did Decode for the Twilight soundtrack. And as I mentioned,
like Twilight.
I Twilighted hard.
Do you have a Black People Loves Paramore episode of Twilight?
I sure do.
I've never read or seen a Twilight.
Tracy, what?
Well, okay, so I'm slightly older and I was in college or right out of college. So it was not particularly like cool.
Of interest, yeah.
At that age. Like it was so, like, and I went to NYU and I was a theater kid. So it was like, yucky. Like,
yeah.
There was someone we were considering doing Twilight for this podcast, and maybe we will one day, but I've never read them, and I don't like. I am a Hunger Games girly, which was sort of around the same time, slightly later. Yeah, but I've also never Harry Pottered.
I never Harry Pottered either.
I won't.
And now I won't. Now it feels like a part of my identity in a way where I'm like, no, I'm just not.
And I don't really like. To me, it's like. I know people have Harry Potter feelings, big and small. I know that it was meaningful to many people. Yes. It is meaningful. But for me, I'm too old to not know better about that woman. And so I'm just like, why would I? Now, I do have children. I'm sure they're going to find out about it soon and they might want to read it. So I might end up having to read it. But like, it's easy for me to be like, I don't Harry Potter because it never mattered to me.
Because you never did, yeah.
Right. So like, I understand people who feel conflicted about it, but I just am like, why would I support a TERF now at my big age when I could just read anything else and I have a TBR of 7 million books?
You know what I mean?
But I'm surprised you haven't because I feel like people like slightly younger than me, it was huge.
It was. Because
the movies were coming out.
The movies were coming out. I watched the first movie when I was in second grade when it came out, and I did not like it. And I think that was just my first being like, no, I'm not a Harry Potter person.
I don't need to do this.
I would imagine if I read it as an adult, I would probably like it or enjoy it more than, the movies when I was a kid. Yeah. But like you said, now that I know who J.K. Rowling is and what she stands for, why would I dive into that? Now, Stephenie Meyer has her own issues. The Twilight lady has her own issues. That's the problematic world that I live in already. I don't need to take on another one,
Yeah, I do know. I do know. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about books. Summer has been good to us over here at The Stacks. We have released the nonfiction reading guide. We have celebrated my birthday. And as always, we have released a whole bunch of bookish episodes with authors and readers. If you've loved hanging out with us and you find yourself craving even more from the Stacks universe, consider supporting us on Patreon and Substack. Making this podcast takes a whole village, and by subscribing to both of these places, Patreon and Substack, you allow me to make the show, to work with my fantastic team, and continue doing what we do best, which is talking books. And when you join, you yourself get some perks. On Patreon, which is really our bookish community, you have access to hundreds of other readers in our Discord. You get to be part of our year-long reading challenge to push your reading goals. And you get to attend our monthly virtual book club meetups. Then over on Substack, which you can think of more as a place for hot takes and pop culture analysis, you get my newsletter, Unstacked. Over there, I'm giving you reading rankings. I'm talking about the books that are coming out and my weekly grown-up show and tell, which has me recapping my loves and my hates from the previous week. So that's what you get in each place, but there is some overlap. On Patreon and Substack, you will have access to my nonfiction reading guide from now until September 22nd, as well as access to our monthly bonus episodes. I understand that paying for subscriptions might not be available to some of you, and that's why in both Patreon and Substack, there are also free tiers that can help you stay connected with the Stacks and get you some pretty cool bonus content. So head to patreon.com/the Stacks to join the Stacks pack and subscribe to my newsletter at tracythomas.substack.com. It's certainly no secret that Cozy Earth has become my new favorite brand. I have spent the last few months raving about their dreamy bedding, their luxurious bathrobes, and of course, their dreamy pajamas. And now I've been using their ultra plush beach towels. I am obsessed. Yes, Cozy Earth isn't just about elevating your at-home relaxation. They're also bringing that high-end resort-level comfort to your outdoor summer adventures. For me and the minis, that means all the pool days and the beach hangs we can possibly fit in, and these towels have become an absolute necessity. First of all, they're very cute. Mine have this orange and pink striped pattern. It's vibrant. The size of the towels are humongous, but more importantly, they're practical. They're made from a blend of cotton and viscose from bamboo, making them way softer and more absorbent than your average beach towel. They're designed to withstand salt water and sand, and actually they get softer the more you wash them. Go ahead, ditch those old, nasty, smelly, mildewy towels so you can get towels that you really want to use all season long. The best part, there's no risk. Cozy Earth backs your purchases with a 10-year warranty because they're that confident in the quality of their products. And if you change your mind, returns are hassle-free. But take my word for it, they are worth the investment. Oversized, ultra plush, and completely built for your best summer days. Head to CozyEarth.com and use my code THESTACKS for an exclusive 20% off. That's code THESTACKS for an exclusive 20% off. And if you see a post-purchase survey, mention that you heard about Cozy Earth right here. Okay, we are back. So everybody, we're about to do Ask the Stacks, which is where you write in. You ask us for a book recommendation. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. You email it to askthestacks@thestackspodcast.com. Myself and my guests will respond with book recommendations. I am normally an extremely prepared person, but for some reason today, when I was preparing for this interview, I just forgot to do this part. So you have not been prepped. I also have not been prepped. We're both going to read this email together on the fly and hope that we can pull it off. So this comes from Anne. Here we go. Hi, Tracy. I'm seeking recommendations for my 72-year-old dad. I picked up an S.A. Cosby book for him a couple years ago when he was stuck inside with COVID. He loved it. He has read all of S.A. Cosby's books and even went to see him at the LA Festival of Books last year. Now, my dad specifically wants to read more thrillers written by Black authors because he loves these books so much. Mysteries and even sci-fi and fantasy are also welcome. They just need to be fast-paced, propulsive, and bonus points if they're on the grisly side. Literary fiction need not apply. Can you help us out? Mystery and thrillers are not my genre, so I'm not much help. Okay, so Anne and your dad, we're going to come up with some thriller, sci-fi, it sounds like heavily plotted books by Black authors. Maybe on the grisly side. This is not really my bread and butter, but I'm gonna come up with a few right now, and I'll give you time to think, and then you just need to come up with one if you can.
Okay.
So S.A. Cosby, I absolutely love. The first book series that popped into my mind, it's called Highway 59, and Bluebird is the first one, and it is about a Black police officer in Texas. He's like a ranger. He's a Texas Ranger, and he's like solving murders and stuff, but it's also about him because he's like a flawed person, obviously. And I think that Attica Locke is one of the smartest writers on race in America that I have ever had the pleasure of reading. She's just like so sharp. She gets the dynamics. The first one is about like a white woman who turns up missing and who has like a secret Black boyfriend or something. And he's trying to solve the case. And the cop is also like facing racism within the ranks for like some of his bad behavior. It's really good. And it's a series. So if dad likes one, he'll have 3 in that series. But then Attica Locke has a bunch of other books, and she writes really good thriller mysteries. My second recommendation is a little bit maybe more on the horror side. It's Tanana Reeve Dew's book, The Reformatory. She is one of our great Black horror writers. She's based out of LA. Actually, both of them are based out of LA, Attica and Tanana Reeve. But The Reformatory is like it's based on her family's story. She found out about her family's history of Black children being sent to reform schools, like how they also did that with Indigenous children, where they tried to like basically make you not Black anymore by teaching, like they take the kids away from their families. They'd live there. It was also like a form of imprisonment. If you've read Colson Whitehead's The Nickel Boys, they were at a reform school, and it's a horror novel about this reform school that she's made up. So
Yikes.
that one, I have not read that book because I can't do horror, but you said grisly, so I feel like maybe dad would be okay with that. Plus, he's in his 70s, so the historic element I feel like would be great for him.
Right.
The last thing I'm going to do is one of my favorite books that covers a lot of genres, very fast paced, very violent. It is Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenya's Chain Gang All Stars. Did you read that?
No.
Oh, I think you'd like it. It came out a
Okay.
few years ago. The premise is that it's a dystopian future for America where death row inmates compete on like fighting teams for a reality television show where if you fight and you win, you carry on, you can earn your freedom from death row. If you don't win, you die because you battle to the death. So
Oh
it's
my
basically like American Gladiators meets Capital Punishment reality show.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. It is not a mystery or a thriller, but it is super fast paced and it's really smart, really well done. And I think your dad would like it. So those are mine for you, Anne. Did you come up with anything, Sequoia? What do you have?
I have one book called The Mysterious Death of Juanetta Plum.
Okay.
That one is written by a Black author. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head.
That's fine. We'll link to it in the show notes.
It is a mystery, like a murder mystery. You're trying to figure out who done it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a vibe. It was a period piece. I can't remember the exact period. I'm not doing a good job explaining
It's
this.
great. It's great.
I can't remember the exact period, but it was a period piece. Very Black. Took place in New York City. I liked it a lot. That might be for you. And then when you say grisly, what comes to my mind
Yes.
is a classic, Parable of the Sower.
Okay. I
That
almost
feels
did
grisly
Kindred.
to me.
I almost did Kindred.
You
Okay.
know?
Okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
so if you have not Octavia Butlered yet,
Octavia Butler.
now is an interesting time to pick up Parable of the Sower specifically.
Yes.
So.
And you can tell dad that there is a Stacks episode. We did a book club episode on Parable of the Sower. So that is waiting for him to listen to if he wants to hear my dulcet tones.
Perfect. Beautiful.
And let us know how we did, if your dad reads any of them, if he likes them. And everybody else, email askthestacks@thestackspodcast.com to get your book recommendations read on air. All right, Sequoia, you are in the hot seat. Tell me 2 books you love, 1 book you hate.
Ooh, 2 books that I love. I really like, I'll do a self-help book and then I'll do a novel.
Okay.
I really like The War of Art.
Okay.
It's not The Art of War.
Okay. Okay.
The War of
Okay.
Art. It's a self-help book for creatives. If you
Okay.
are creative in any capacity, if you like The Creative Habit, if you like that The Artist Way,
Rick Rubin.
or Rick, exactly, that Rick Rubin one,
Yeah.
any of those books, this is going to be even better low-key.
Okay.
It is just about creativity at large. You can apply it to a lot of different things. Super small, quick, brief read. I read it a couple times. Like I've read it a couple times and maybe once every 5-ish years, I'll pick it up again and just get a refresher on it. Fantastic. If you are creative, even if you're not, I feel like everybody has some level of creativity in them. Great pusher. Love that one. And then there's this one book. I'm going to give you 2 more.
Okay.
There is this one book I read called Come and Get It by Kylie Reed.
Yes.
It's truly,
I am
I
a
love
come and
that
get it
book.
truther. I love that book so much. People who don't like it, I think there's something wrong with
people
you.
hate it, Tracy.
They're wrong.
So many people
I hate
hate
them.
it.
I hate them.
And I'm like, why you know what? I'm not going to lie. I can see how someone can hate it.
I can
It
too.
depends on what you value in a book.
Yes.
I happen to value dialogue above everything else. I don't value story that much.
Okay,
I value
okay.
dialogue above everything else. And then characters, how realistic or deep
Yes.
the characters
Yes.
are.
Yes.
Those are my 2 biggest things when reading a book. Everything else, I'm like, I couldn't give a damn one way or another.
Okay. And
And
you
she
do
does
love a
that so
messy
well.
character. You love mess.
I like a messy. I do like mess. I like mess, but I don't like. What is a good way to put it? I don't like scary. Like we're like people are a little too soft, a little too timid. That irritates me.
Okay.
So I like that in Kylie Reed's Come and Get It, you're reading from different perspectives. One of the girls is a little timid, and I'm like, this is not my girl.
Yeah.
One of the girls is less like that, and you're like, ooh, I really like her.
Yes.
And the way that they all interact is so realistic and so visceral. I'm like, she did incredible research
Yeah.
for that novel. I
Yeah.
think she did a really good job.
I think she's, I am a big Kylie Reed fan. I read Such a Fun Age and didn't love it.
Okay.
I loved Come and Get It, but I I was lucky enough to be in conversation with her for her book tour for Come and Get It. And like hearing her talk about the work and like how she thinks about it, I'm just like, she's just getting started. Like she's gonna give us some like the growth between Such a Fun Age and Come and Get It. I'm just like, I cannot wait. I hope she writes nonfiction. Like she just sees the world in such an interesting way.
Yes.
And I think part of what people don't like about Come and Get It, or like part of the reason people don't like Come and Get It, is because I think she has really honed her audience to like a certain kind of person. And if you don't, I feel like it's one of those books that's like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. And like she wrote it that way. Like, so it's sort of like, oh,
I'm telling you, Tracy.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I know these people. Like I genuinely know these people. I also like stuff that centers younger women. Like it's not YA, but it definitely like, centers younger women.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that in a book. I like girlhood. And it gave girlhood in like a really realistic way of it.
Have you ever read Mary H.K. Choi?
No.
Okay. So she's written 4 books. Her first 3 they're YA, but they're actually like new adult. One of them, like they're they're all like in or post college.
Perfect. That is my preferred age range.
But she writes great dialogue. I actually jokingly call her and Kylie our 2 great maximalist writers because like they write so much detail and like it's like it's not like they ate a chip. It's like the specific kind of chip and what the bag felt like. I think you would love Mary. Her newest book is an adult novel that I don't think you would like as much as some of the first 3 because it's a little more interior. It's like a lot more about like what people aren't saying. And so what I'm hearing from you is you want more about what people are saying.
Yes.
So I think you would like these other books, but I feel like not only will you like Mary as an author, but I think you would love Mary. I feel like it's a vibe. She's great.
Oh, great. Because I've been chasing the high of Come and Get It since I read it. Like maybe 2 years, whenever it first came out is when I read it.
Yeah.
And I've been chasing that feeling. I was so impressed with her as an author. Like truly, I was like, who is this lady? I had tried to read Such a Fun Age a number of times at this point. I've sat down with it and it just can't catch me. I'm sure if I got past, the first little portion of it, I might be in, but for whatever reason, that one just can't catch me. But people love it. I know that people love that one as well. So I'd assume I'd like it. But Come and Get It, my God, the way that she writes, the detail that she includes, the detail in the dialogue that she includes.
Yeah.
I'm like, these people are materializing before my eyes as we speak.
Yes, totally agree.
It's
totally
insane.
Agree. Did you think of your third love?
I am looking for it in my book club thing. It was a Halloween book, or it was a book that we read around Halloween time. Damn it. I'm going to know as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to know. I'm going to be annoyed. Anyways.
It's okay. Maybe it'll come
enough.
to you.
I gave you enough.
What's the book you hate?
Oh, book that I hate. Hate feels strong, but I don't like who are the 2 romantic Black women? There's like
Kennedy
2,
Ryan.
It's Kennedy Ryan and Tia Williams. Yes, it is Kennedy Ryan's one of her 3 book trilogies about sugar.
Oh, yes. The Skyland series.
Before
I Let Go, This Could Be Us, Can't Get Enough.
Read all 3, don't like it.
Oh.
Read all 3, don't like it. These books make me realize I am just not a romance girly, because if this is the best of the best, and I hear that she really is the best of the best.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say back to you. My romance listeners are going to get mad. They want you to find a romance book you like.
I want to find one that I like too.
And there are romance books for you out there. Okay. They exist. I sometimes think what romance readers like in romance is different than what people who do not identify as romance readers. So it's harder to find your right book. But I don't particularly care for... did you read You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty?
I didn't.
See, I think you would like that because that's a messy romance.
Okay, I do like messy romance. Or I like messy. I don't know if I like messy romance, but I like messy.
I don't know. It's messy. It's one of my favorite romances. But a lot of romance people say it's not even a romance because it's unclear who the main love interest is, which lets you know about mess. That's what I'm saying. So sometimes I think like true romance that's like embraced by romance community is sometimes not what people like us like, because we're a little bit outside. We haven't quite bought into like the regulations of romance. I've never read Kennedy Ryan, so I can't say. I like Tia Williams. I liked 7 Days in June quite a bit.
I didn't like 7 Days in June.
Okay, I like that one. But that was one of the first romance novels I read, and I was like, oh, I don't hate this. That was like the first time I read a romance novel and was like, sure. But you know, I just there is a romance novel for you. That's what they tell me, and I have found some that I like. Have you ever read historical romance?
No historical romance.
So we did Indigo for book club earlier this year by Beverly Jenkins, who's like the mother of Black romance novels. She's like the OG. And I sort of loved the historical romance because it's kind of campy. And it's like, it's not, I feel like part of what I don't like about contemporary, especially Black romance, is I'm just like, well, that's not how it is. And this, I was like, oh, we're on the Underground Railroad. Like, it's like,
that's fun.
You know, like it's kind of fun. And like the man is like, high yellow, like his family, like it's like the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like the whole thing, and she's like, she's a conductor on the Underground Railroad, and so is he, and like he can pass, and like I don't know, it's like a whole thing, and it's very much like it's like what you imagine like romance novel, and so it's sort of fun in a way that like if it was contemporary, I might be like, okay, like.
Sure. Right.
Like,
sure,
I'm just
Jan.
like, my disbelief is suspended enough to get me here. Mm-hmm. And so that worked for me a lot more, even though there were parts where I was like, yo, never.
Oh, okay. No, that sounds great. I would give that a try. And you know what, listeners, please comment on my Instagram. If there's anything that's like, Sequoia, if you don't like Tia Williams, Kennedy Ryan, if that's not for you, this might be more your vibe. Because I really do want to find romance that I like. I like love. I love love just like everybody else.
I love love.
Yeah, I love love just like everybody else. But I don't love those damn books.
Yeah.
It's always like, there's something about the way characters are written in romance novels where I'm like, these aren't real people.
Yeah.
You're telling me that your entire life is revolving around this romance.
This is the problem I have too. I'm like, you want me to believe. And then like lots of problems could just be solved with like a text message.
Feel me? Like I'm like, do we like clarity or we don't like clarity? Like I'm confused.
Right.
Why
or
is
like
nobody being
sometimes
clear?
it's like their phone ran out of battery, and I'm like, you're really gonna break up a 3-year marriage over your phone running out of battery? Like I'm just like, this is just not realistic. Like you own property togetger,
right?
Like,
right.
What?
And then don't get me started in the sex scenes. And this is why I'm not a smut girl either. Because I'm like, I actually don't ever need a sex scene. And I'm not, and not in a prudish way. I just don't. It does not, it never furthers anything happening, and it doesn't give me better insight in the characters. It never does anything.
Yeah. Okay. So you're a closed door romance reader. That's what they call that. Like it's like you get to the romance and then the door closes. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I think you'd like Indigo because it is, I mean, there are some like, now I really want you to read it actually.
Okay. I'll definitely read it.
I feel like you might like it. What are you reading right now?
Ooh, right now I am reading Mara Braca Keel's book, The Something Something of Dion Daphne.
The new one.
Again, I'm really bad. The new one. And I'm having a good time with that. I like the way that she writes characters. I like the way that she writes dialogue. So having a good time.
And you're in an in-person LA book club. All Black women.
All Black women.
And you read all books by Black women.
Only books by Black women. Yep.
What a beautiful thing.
It's good.
What's the best
it's
book
really
you've read for book club?
It's Come and Get It. That's the one that I read for book club. And then we also read something by Akwaeke Emezi.
That's who wrote You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty.
Maybe I did. Maybe I read it. I know that I read something else by Akwaeke, and I really liked it. I remember really liking the way that Akwaeke writes.
Okay. Well, if you haven't read it, you should read it. I think this could be a romance novel for you.
Okay.
Do you set reading goals for yourself?
I don't set reading goals. Well, you know what? That's a lie. I do. Do I ever meet them? No.
What kind of goals do you set?
I just try to read one book a month.
Okay. And that's great.
I try to do one book a month, and I usually do about half that. So I usually get through about 6 books a year.
Okay. I love this for you. Well, you have to read at least one book in August because we're reading Fishtails by Nettie Jones. Do you know anything about this book?
I know nothing about the book. We read it for book club and I missed that month, and so I didn't read it. That's
okay.
It.
This is perfect. You're catching up. Well, for people at home, one of the important things to know about that book is that it was acquired by Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison is the editor of Fishtails.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was re-released, I believe, last year, but it had been like out of print for decades. And it's about a woman who is, from my understanding, I've not read the book yet, a woman who behaves badly. There's lots of sex, there are drugs. It's in New York City and Detroit. I am told she is a real fucking mess. I'm very excited to read this book, but that's pretty much all I know. It's set in the 70s, so it was a contemporary novel at the time. And there's going to be some questionable decisions and plot points from my understanding.
Okay. I'm really excited to read it. I love mess. I love a messy woman, especially. That is my favorite
a messy
genre
young
of
woman.
book.
Me too.
A messy young woman, because haven't we all been?
Yes. You loved Luster, right?
Oh, I didn't read that.
Oh my God, you have to read it.
I will. If it's something I would like. I love all of your suggestions. Thank you so much for giving me suggestions too. Because I'm like, yeah, tell me, because I really want to find stuff that I like.
We also did that here on Book Club because I love this genre. I don't love fiction as much as I love nonfiction, but my favorite fiction is young Black woman behaving badly. Like
Same.
Obsessed. I love Danzy Senna, who writes those books. I don't know if you read New People or Colored Television, but she writes those also. You'd like New People. I don't know if you'd like Colored Television because it's like a middle-aged woman in Colored Television.
I can do middle-aged too.
But it's Hollywood, so you might like it because you know LA.
I am here.
Okay, do you have a favorite bookstore?
It is Reparations Club in LA. That is my favorite bookstore.
Same.
Yeah. That's the
Do
one.
you organize your books?
I don't organize my books. Currently on our bookshelf, me and my fiance share our bookshelf, of course. We have it organized by one row is mine, one row is his, one row is mine. And it's really clear whose is who.
Got it. Do you guys have any overlapped shared books?
Oh, one of my favorite books that I forgot to mention is Between the World and Me.
Oh, sure.
And we have 3 copies of that because one of us had 2, one of us had 1. I don't know, but we both love that book.
That's another book we've done on Book Club here. When we first started, that was like within the 2019 maybe. Do you have any genres that you don't read besides romance?
I generally don't read fantasy with the exception of Twilight when I was a kid.
Okay.
But yeah, like the fairy fantasy situation right now isn't calling to me. And I also don't read smut, but that's because I haven't tried it.
Right. I've never read any of the like fairy smut books. But my best friend read like the first one of them and she was like, they weren't even fucking. I was like, wait, I thought the whole point was that the fairies be fucking. And she was like, they weren't fucking.
Tracy, what?
I don't know. Maybe it happens later. She read whatever, The Court of Rose and Thorns, I think.
Yes. Yeah. A Court of Rose and Thorns.
But maybe she read the fourth season. I don't know. She read whatever Fourth Wing, Rebecca Yarros. She read either the first Rebecca Yarros or the first Sarah J. Maas.
Okay.
I can't remember which one, but she was like, no, it's like 600 pages and there was no fairy sex. I think you should do a Black People Love Paramore episode about the fairy sex.
No, you're so right.
Are there Black people who like it? Maybe there aren't. There are. Okay.
No, there are.
Then
I know some.
You should do it. I'd love to know why the Black people like it.
Me too. I'm sure it's suspended disbelief, whatever. The whole fairies.
I would listen to that.
Or not.
What's the last book that made you laugh?
Last book that made me laugh. Do I laugh at books? I don't know that I've laughed at a book out loud. Yeah, I don't know that I have.
What about a book that's made you angry?
Parable of the Sword definitely made me angry.
Yeah. What about a book where you felt like you learned a lot?
Between the World and Me, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this told me a lot about the Black male experience. I've never read something from a Black man's perspective in first person ever. And I was like, wow, this is really enlightening and humanizing.
Is there a book that you've never read that you feel sort of like embarrassed about never having read?
I feel embarrassed about never having read Harry Potter at this point.
You do?
Too late.
I don't. I'm like, fine, fuck it.
Right. And now it's part of my identity. But yes, I feel like everybody's like, Sequoia, it's so on brand for you. Like, why haven't you read it?
I'm just like, well, sorry.
In protest. And now she's trash. I'm not doing
You're like,
it.
sorry, I believe trans people have rights. Like, insane.
Hey.
Hate
that crazy? A crazy concept.
So embarrassing to believe people have rights.
Right.
Well, what about a book you love from childhood? Any that you haven't mentioned?
What book did I love from childhood? I liked The Babysitter's Club.
Oh, yeah.
I remember really liking The Babysitter's Club.
Do you know they've like redone the covers for those books and they look like comics and it's so annoying to me. I hate it.
Joking.
It's not those like beautiful like watercolor illustrations of like girls. No, they're like, it's like they look like stick figures more. It's like I think it's trying to be in conversation with like Diary of a Wimpy Kid and like all and like what is that the guy's name? Like the
Captain Underpants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a more like that style. Not fully, but like more. Just Google it. Are you
anti that? Google it? I'm certainly about to Google it. Oh my God.
I know, isn't it sad?
This is insane. I'm looking at the original version too. With the blocks as the letters.
Yes, because the original, it's like they're like paintings, but they also look like photos.
Yeah.
They're just like really high art, the other ones, and the new ones are just like not.
No, right. You guys don't get it.
Sorry, we had taste in the 80s and 90s.
I mean it.
You children.
Those books were so beat up when I got them too. Like,
oh my God, yes.
They have been passed down. Like my older cousins all had them and I got them and I was obsessed.
Were you an American Girl book girl?
I was not American Girl at all. No.
Oh my God.
I mean,
those were so meaningful to me in my childhood.
Really?
I read all. I was a kid with the original 5, and then as I got slightly out of it, they introduced, I think, Josefina.
Oh.
Who was like maybe like, I don't think she was indigenous. I think she was like Latina. I think she was like in what became like California, New Mexico, but it was like at that time. I never read them, so that's why I don't know her full life story. Like as opposed to like Felicity, I know everything that ever happened to her. And like obviously Samantha had a tragic upbringing, but a rich like family member.
Oh my God!
But I had like the Addie cookbooks. I used to make the skillet apples from that cookbook.
Whoa!
And the hominy
grits.
Oh
wow!
Yes.
I had Addie. I did Addie. I read the Addie book. That was the only one that I read naturally.
Yes,
and I was like, oh, I don't like this. This isn't fun.
Yeah, I remember when I read the Addie books being like, why is this such a wah? And everybody else is like, Felicity was like jumping on horses. And like, obviously Molly had struggles. She had a victory garden or whatever. Like she couldn't go to the store. But I'm like, we are underground railroading here, people. We are in the depths of despair. And like, it was different. I also hated Kirsten. She was my least favorite by far. She was like the blonde who went snowshoeing and just like, I don't know. She was like, she wore that like crown with candles for Christmas. I think she was like Swedish or something. I don't know. I hated her. I'm sorry, Kirsten. They didn't do you right. Tough break. Anyways, I think maybe American Girl was even more important to me than Babysitter's Club.
Wow, you were really deep in American Girl lore.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to the stores and stuff? Like, were you like in a? Did you get the dolls?
The stores were slightly after. I had not Felicity. I had Addie, but I had 2 girl best friends. One of them was rich, so she had Molly and Samantha because she had brown hair.
They were expensive.
Yeah. And then my other friend who had sort of reddish hair had Felicity. And I remember always being so jealous because I think Felicity had the best dresses. Personally. Samantha had great dresses too, but Felicity had a little more style. Like her main outfit, it's just like a great print. You know, she was our 1776 girl. She was a new America is born. And I just really loved that about her. Addie, I loved the pink dress, her little boots. I was into it. We were into it. We would like play dolls in elementary school and be like, I'm coming over with my like
I'm bringing
slavery
Addie.
era.
Right.
Yeah. Like I would be like, okay, what would happen if these 2 dolls interacted? Though I didn't know what would have really happened.
Wow.
But we made up stories. It was like, come on, let's go. And like,
wow.
Dance
if we
numbers.
let kids rule the world, man.
I know.
The world would be a better place. I found the name of this damn book.
What is it?
It's called Bad Witches.
No.
It is called Bad Witches. It was really that simple. Yeah. It was great. By someone named H.B. Akumia.
Okay.
Yes. And I think that was her first novel. I followed her on Instagram and have been harassing her, unfortunately. Being like, hey girl, because it ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh. You're like,
and I'm like, hey girl,
book?
Where's the second one? Waiting for that. It really is fantastic. I wish more people knew about it. I love Black Girl Witch things, Halloween, spooky season. And it's not scary at all. It is just fall witchy.
I love it. Okay, I have like 3 more questions for you, then we're done. One is, how do you like to read? What's your ideal reading setup? Where are you? What time of day? Snacks and beverages? Set the scene.
I think I'm going to answer this in two ways. I read best on a plane.
Same.
When I am totally undistracted and I have hours to kill, I am locked the heck in on that book. If I am not on a plane, I have a Kindle an hour before bed.
Okay.
I go on my Kindle an hour. I try to give myself an hour before I need to go to sleep. I will lay there, get through as many pages as I can, do the same thing the next night.
You don't fall asleep reading at night?
I try not to fall asleep reading. It is really difficult. Reading does feel like taking melatonin. Like I'm like, oh my God. But I try to stay awake so I can get through, that's how I do my book club reading and do all the reading that I need to do.
And do you have snacks and beverages ever when you read? If you did.
No snacks, no beverages. Usually because I'm in bed, I'm not snacking or bevving. And if I need to do that, because some days I'll just spend a Sunday reading. If I really want to get through this book, I'll just spend a Sunday reading. I'll take snack and bevy breaks. And those will be my eye breaks.
But you're not like popping popcorn while you're reading.
No, I'm never popping popcorn. No, I also live with a Virgo who won't let me eat in the bedroom.
I don't eat in my
generally
bedroom
I'll be reading in the bedroom. I will eat in the bedroom when he's out of town.
What's your sign?
A Gemini.
Okay. I love this for you guys.
What's yours, Tracy?
I'm a Leo. Roar.
Oh yeah! Happy birthday! You did say that your birthday is coming up. Yes.
Okay. If you were a high school teacher, you can pick the subject. You can pick whatever you want. What's the book you would assign to your students?
I'm assigning A Brave New World.
Ooh,
that feels really pertinent for today. It feels like it's been pertinent since I read it in high school.
I've never read it. Did you like it in high school?
I liked it in high school. I remember liking it a lot. Yes. We got to choose what we wanted to write our final essay for in AP English, and I chose that.
Okay. Last one. If you could require the current president of these United States of America to read one book, what would it be?
Whatever book sends him to hell the quickest.
Okay.
But,
maybe you give him some aggressive smut and it's just like
gives him a heart attack.
Yeah.
Right. Like a heart attack. Yeah. Maybe I'll give him the fairy smut or maybe I'll give him the Constitution in book form, something that I know that he's never read. Yeah.
Something he's never read for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Sequoia, you are amazing. Thank you for doing this.
Tracy.
Everyone, Sequoia will be back to discuss Nettie Jones's Fishtails on August 26th. That's when the episode will drop. There will be spoilers, so you better read it with us. If you want to get a copy of the book, if you go to Reparations Club website, rep.club, and search for the book and type in the code STACKS10, you can get the book 10% off and support a Black woman-run bookstore right here in LA. They'll send it to you. You don't have to be here. So yeah.
Love that.
Do that. Sequoia, we're going to link to everything you do. Give her shows a listen. And everybody else, we will see you in the stacks. All right, y'all, that does it for us today. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you again to Sequoia Holmes for joining the show. Our book club pick for August is Fishtails by Nettie Jones, which we will be reading with Sequoia on Wednesday, August 26th. If you like this podcast, if you want inside access to it, head to patreon.com/thestacks and check out my newsletter at tracythomas.substack.com. Make sure you're subscribed to The Stacks wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you're listening through Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a rating and a review. For more from The Stacks, follow us on social media at The Stacks Pod on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. And you can check out our website at thestackspodcast.com. This episode of The Stacks was edited by Christian Duenas with production assistance from Sahara Clement. Additional support was provided by Sheree Marquez, and our theme music comes from Tagira Gis. The Stacks is created and produced by me, Tracy Thomas.